If you want to win in 2025, stop what you're doing right now and pay close attention. This is not about luck. It's not about shortcuts or viral trends. It's about clarity, direction, and action. Because while most people are stuck reacting to yesterday's problems, a few are preparing for what's coming next. And that difference is what separates winners from the rest. What worked 5 years ago doesn't work now. What worked last year might already be outdated. In 2025, success will no longer be about doing more. It'll be about doing what matters most with relentless precision. If you're ready to make 2025 the year everything changes, this is the roadmap you've been looking for. Let's get started. The world has changed and it's not slowing down. We're living in the fastest-paced era in human history. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They create forward motion with what they have, where they are. In 2025, that kind of mental discipline will be more valuable than any credential or connection. Technology, economics, education, work, relationships, they've all been disrupted. Learn how to think, not just what to think. Learn how to analyze, prioritize, and decide. The ability to take a hit, learn fast, and keep building. Artificial intelligence, remote work, decentralization of content, and shifts in global power are transforming how we think, live, and succeed. Those who adapt, thrive. Those who resist get left behind. The people who will win this year are already acting, testing, launching, pivoting. They are not waiting for someone to tell them it's okay to start. They've started. The winners in 2025 will be the ones who understand these shifts and take bold, intentional steps forward. Whether it's your career, your business, your health, or your relationships, waiting will cost you more than failure ever could. Mindset is the new skill set. These are the skills that turn ordinary people into extraordinary performers. Before any tool, strategy, or system, mindset is the foundation. In 2025, none of that matters if you can't solve real problems. Skills win, results win. In 2025, resilience is currency. Winners are those who can handle uncertainty, bounce back from setbacks, and keep their vision clear even when the future feels blurry. It's not about toxic positivity, it's about mental toughness rooted in reality. Use tools like AI and automation not just to keep up, but to get ahead. You have to think like a builder. Builders don't complain about the weather, they lay bricks, rain or shine. Information is everywhere, but wisdom is scarce. We have more access to information than ever before. But here's the trap. Too much information without clarity leads to paralysis. The winners in 2025 won't be the ones who consume the most. They'll be the ones who apply the right insights at the right time. Don't just follow trends. Understand principles. Algorithms change, headlines shift, but timeless principles, discipline, patience, strategy, execution, those remain. Filter your inputs, protect your focus, curate your learning. The right information, consistently applied, creates momentum. And momentum beats motivation every time. You can't afford to be passive. 2025 is not the year to sit back and hope. Hope is not a plan. The world is too competitive, too fast, and too noisy for passive observers to win. Act, then refine, then act again. That's how winners operate in this era. Skill over status. Value over volume. In the past, status carried weight. What school you went to, what title you held, what your resume said. Can you build? Can you fix? Can you lead? Can you think under pressure? Can you communicate clearly? Forget busy work. Focus on high-leverage skills. Learn how to write with clarity, speak with confidence, sell ideas, build systems, lead people. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing the few things that move the needle and doing them well. Relationships will multiply or destroy your progress in 2025. Your network matters more than ever, but not in the way people used to think. It's not about collecting contacts or fake followers. It's about cultivating real, aligned, high-integrity relationships. They either challenge you to grow or they convince you to settle. The people around you are either pushing you forward or pulling you down. Reach out to people who stretch your thinking. Share your work. Give value. Ask good questions. Build trust. Audit your circle. Are you around people who are ambitious, curious, driven, or are you surrounded by excuses, comfort zones, and small thinking? In a world full of noise, attention is the new oil. People work with those they know, like, and trust. In 2025, if you are invisible, you are irrelevant. It means telling your story in a way that connects. It means standing for something and showing up for it daily. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a freelancer, a creator, or even someone climbing the corporate ladder, your ability to attract and hold attention will define your opportunities. Daily focus, digital boundaries, intentional risk. All of these aren't just productivity hacks. They're life strategies. Surround yourself with winners. Not perfect people, but progress-oriented people. Join communities that build momentum. Success in 2025 will not be a solo game. The right people change everything. Health, physical energy, mental clarity, emotional balance, these are not luxuries. They're requirements. Playing it safe is the biggest risk you can take. The comfort zone is a trap dressed in routine. In 2025, the world belongs to the bold, the ones willing to step out, try something new, risk being seen, and take imperfect action. Your nutrition, sleep, future favors. The it means action despite fear. It means deciding that your future matters more than your comfort. Bold. You need to start showing up like the person who already has. Think big, start small, move fast, be consistent. Hydration and stress management, these are your performance and they sharpen your decisions. They expand your capacity. They protect your consistency. Hidden edge, they ask, what am I building? What am I ignoring? What is the cost of distraction? Attention is the most valuable currency. Let's talk about visibility. This doesn't mean being loud or inauthentic. It means being clear, consistent, and valuable. They know what to do, but they aren't doing it. Build your digital footprint, document your journey, share what you're learning, add value before asking for anything. Be seen, not for the sake of ego, but for the power of impact. Switching careers, starting a side hustle, learning a new skill, or setting new boundaries. Boldness is your advantage. They'll scroll, they'll hope. You need more focus. You don't need permission, you need decision. You don't need guarantees, you need grit. Time is a non-renewable resource, let's be honest. Most people don't have a knowledge problem, they have an execution problem. The winners in 2025 will be the ones who respect their time like gold. They don't just track hours, they track outcomes. Time blocking. You have 168 hours each week. What you do with them will determine your results, your reputation, and your reality. If you want to win in 2025, don't ignore your health. What good is wealth without energy to enjoy it? What good is success if your mind is clouded or your body is always fatigued? Movement. You don't need to become an elite athlete, but you do need to take care of the vessel that carries your goals. Here's the truth. Whether it's launching a project, courage doesn't mean no fear. Because here's the thing, it's not about being fearless. It's about being committed. Final thoughts. The time is now. The gap between knowing and doing has never been wider, but that gap is your opportunity. Most people won't act, they'll what? You're not most people. You don't need more time. If you want to win in 2025, there are 365 days in a year. That's 365 chances to become who you said you'd be. The future doesn't belong to the lucky, it belongs to the prepared. This is your time. Go win.